The world is so fast and so linear at times, and it can really drag on us and take us out of that kind of juicy, luscious space within. And that's life, right? That is modern life. That is how it is. But having this toolbox of practices just enables us to be able to dip into that space and pull upon something that might support us in a time where our body might need that extra care. Welcome to the Embodied Woman podcast with me, Rebecca Wilson. An embodied experiential space for you to drop deep into the wealth of wisdom within your being and activate a fuller, richer you. I am a feminine awakener, thought leader, embodied business doula, sacred business midwife, healer, and all-round medicine woman. I am here to guide women deeper into their essence and power, to activate their life force, awaken pleasure, and support them to live an embodied life. I will help you birth your visions, dreams, creations, desires, and sacred business into the world from an easeful, embodied, and rooted place within. My work supports women to become more available for life, love, relationship, connection, creation, pleasure, and wealth. I will activate you into self-leadership and self-mastery to truly live an embodied and awakened life. Welcome on the journey, my love. Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to the Embodied Woman podcast. It's so good to have you here. And I'm super excited to dive deep into this week's episode. It is a topic that is hot in my world right now. I am supporting the women in the Embodied Woman 6-month mentorship through the course that we're in together. And we are in the session of diving deep into the detoxification pathways of the body. So I felt called to create this episode just to give a little bit more insight to those of you out there that might be interested in supporting this inside your own body too. So first of all, it's important for us to understand what the female detox pathways are. So on our journey to cultivating embodied resource, it's essential for us to really understand and learn the intricate pathways within our bodies. And what we are really diving deep into in the group mentorship, and something I've explored deeply myself, is this interconnected relational aspect, this connection between our physical, energetic, and emotional bodies or aspects of ourselves. And often what is showing up physically has an emotional component to it too. And what shows up emotionally can often have an energetic or a physical aspect. So here you can really sense that nothing lives in isolation. Everything is deeply interwoven and interconnected within our bodies, our wholeness. And often, these things can manifest in one particular area more than others, whether it be emotionally, physically, mentally, energetically. But there is definitely a relational connection between all of those things and whatever may be manifesting for us within our well-being. And for women in particular, having an understanding of the unique detoxification pathways in our female bodies can really support us to harness and awaken ourselves back into that vibrant vitality that is our, unique, innate feminine essence and energy. So I thought in this episode, we would take some time to explore the female detox pathways and how nurturing these pathways can support you into a deeper connection with your feminine essence, your vitality, and your overall resource and radiance. So first of all, let's explore what the detox pathways are. So the first one we're going to explore is liver detoxification. So our liver plays a crucial role in detoxifying the body by metabolizing toxins and waste products. So for us as women, supporting our liver health is essential for hormonal balance and our overall sense of well-being, energy, and vibrancy. It helps us to not be stuck in a feeling or a state of sluggishness and be more in that state of ease and flow and metabolization. We can do this through lots of different things to support our liver function, foods that are rich in antioxidants, as well as self-care practices, liver tapping, movement, somatic understanding and somatic awareness of the body, nervous system dysregulation, also mobilizing any stored emotions such as anger or resentment are really big ones to help the liver on that energetic and emotional level. The liver also really loves bitters, so bitter foods, which is often a lost flavor in our modern society as everything is kind of geared towards sugar because it has, a high addictive quality. I've never known anyone to feel addicted to bitters, but very much something that the liver needs in order for those detox pathways to be open and for everything to be functioning and flowing fluidly. Then we have our lymphatic system, which is another vital part of our detoxification system. So our lymphatic system is responsible for removing toxins and waste from the body's tissues. So it's not like the circulatory system, which relies on the heart to pump the blood around. If you can visualize that the lymph system relies on movement and muscle contraction to circulate lymph fluid. So we can do this by being in motion. Things like stretching, gentle yoga, rebounding, dry body brushing, lymphatic massage or lymphatic touch. Also using practices like castor oil packs, using the self-massage, the big six lymph movements. Walking is also great to support and stimulate lymphatic flow, which aids the detoxification. So we can see here in both of these already, we're getting a theme that we need support in the process and assimilation of toxins and waste out of the body. And we can imagine, or I can already, a strong visual of, well, if we're not in our optimal state in these places, and we are carrying a toxic overload, or we're very sluggish in our ability to circulate and move out toxins and waste, that surely we can understand why we might be feeling lack of energy, down, kind of low mood, feeling heavy in ourselves, and therefore lacking vibrancy, wellness, and a felt sense of radiance. Another part of the supporting of our detoxification pathways is our hormonal pathways or our hormonal balance. So being in a state of hormonal balance is vital for a woman's well-being, whether it be mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual, or all of the above, and feeling resourced and vital in our bodies. So the endocrine system, which is the system that regulates hormone production and function, can easily be influenced by factors such as stress, diet, lifestyle, environmental toxins. So we support our hormonal balance through things like a nutrient-rich diet, stress management, calming and soothing our bodies, learning how to resource and regulate our nervous system, balancing our hormones with adequate support from whether it be herbs or diet and lifestyle, making choices that align to being balanced throughout each point and season of our cycles. And again, we can recognize, I'm sure we've all had times and periods in our lives when maybe one or all of these pathways in our body haven't been in their optimal function. And from that, maybe we can recognize, I definitely can, that, what it's felt like when I felt a little bit hormonally imbalanced, or my lymph hasn't been flowing, I've not been excreting toxins from my body as well as I would like in an optimal level. And what's associated with that for me and for many of the women that I support is feeling heavy in the body, feeling depressed, anxious, feeling sluggish, slow digestion, an inability to kind of just mobilize energy or emotions or toxins of whatever form from our environment and our life. So as we move into spring, it's really supportive for us to be adopting practices that support our detoxification pathways, our liver, our lymph, therefore our hormones especially. As we move from, say, the slumber of winter and we come into the awakening of spring, it often brings with it that feeling of renewal and transformation. And often what is happening externally in Mother Nature herself is a calling of reflection to what is needed inside of our bodies and, the landscape within our own being. In Chinese medicine, spring is associated with the liver and the element of wood, which symbolizes growth, vitality, and the potential for new beginnings. So with this theme in the air, we are gathering women into our next cohort of the Resourced Woman. So within this cohort, we will be exploring practices that support the body through the slumber of winter and the awakening of spring, supporting the liver, the lymph, the womb, so that your body is guided gently through the seasonal shifts, and we can give her exactly what she might need at this time of the year. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the liver and the lymph health within the aspects and the understanding of Chinese medicine. So within Chinese medicine, the liver is responsible for the smooth flow of energy throughout our bodies. It also regulates emotions, supports digestion, and detoxifies the blood. When the liver is imbalanced, symptoms such as irritability, digestive issues, and hormonal imbalances can occur. In Chinese medicine, the lymphatic system is a network of vessels and lymph nodes that help remove toxins and waste. They say in Chinese medicine that the lymphatic system is closely linked to the liver's functions and aids the liver in detoxification and into the smooth flow of energy throughout the body. This has been a huge inspiration for the content that will be shared and the teachings that will be offered in the Resourced Woman in May, which begins on the 16th of May. It's a 3-week live immersion. All calls are recorded, so if you can't join and gather with us live, then you will have access to those, plus the online course portal, which is full of lots of different practices, whether it be recordings, audios, meditations, embodiment, written practices for you to better understand how to dry body brushing, castor oil packs, self-womb massage, breast massage, kidney meridian support, kidney massage, and so much more. And all of that is there with the intention of offering you greater understanding and teachings around resourcing practices that support us as women and support our feminine energy. The world is so fast and so linear at times, and it can really drag on us and take us out of that kind of juicy, luscious space within. And that's life, right? That is modern life. That is how it is. But having this toolbox of practices and a greater understanding of them all and the benefits for you just enables us to be able to dip into that space and pull upon something that might support us in a time where our body might need that extra tend to or care. It definitely supports me. And that is the inspiration always for offering all of this resources to the women in my world. So some of the resourcing practices that deeply support our feminine energy are self-care practices. It's so powerful for us as women to cultivate a nurturing self-care routine, whether that be meditation, journaling, herbs, taking a bath, massaging our feet, breast massage, lymphatic support, dry body brushing, tapping, spending time in connection with other people, reading a book, just sitting and doing some breath work and breathing, listening to an audio practice that guides you deep into that safe, relaxed space within. They become essential practices in this fast-paced world that we live in, and truly kind of allow us to recognize that taking time to honor and nourish our physical bodies naturally can create a deeper connection with ourselves, our energy, our wisdom, and our intuition. Another resource in practice that I guide many of my clients into is understanding and honoring our menstrual cycle. There's a deep embrace that is called for when we begin to honor our menstrual cycle, as we unhook from that kind of 24-hour rhythm clock and that linear expectation of the world we're in. We're able to sink more deeply into the natural rhythm of our own bodies and our feminine energy. This has us on a journey of really understanding our bodies and emotions at each stage or each season of our cycle. It helps many women to release the expectation for them to be the same every single day of their lives, and truly to have that education of like, it's quite impossible to be that way when we are moving through many different hormonal surges inside. We can do this by tracking our menstrual cycle, finding practices that feel like an honoring for each phase. It can then provide insight into our energy levels, our creativity, our well-being, our desires, and our needs. When I first began tracking my cycle, I would take note in my journal of how I felt through each phase. And I did that over the course of around 6 months. And it really gave me a great insight into where I was at different stages of my cycle, what I would and would not plan for my future self. And also just gave me an insight into recognizing, this is just how I feel on day 4 or day, 18 or day 21. And for it to become normalized in my own mind, rather than if I felt a particular emotion, thinking what's wrong with me, I'd just ask, where am I in my cycle? And that feels like a kinder question to ask ourselves. Resourcing is a really beautiful practice, or a gathering of practices that allows us to just be with ourselves. And we can also do that through spending time, with people that we love, friends, people that we have a beautiful connection with, and spending time in nature. And sometimes we don't have that available to us, particularly if we are on this path and this journey of awakening. Maybe not all of your friends have taken this path with you. And that is the real intention of creating these spaces for myself and my community, is to offer a space where like-minded women come together and share a little bit of time learning about themselves, and also connecting, understanding and learning about other women, and recognizing that although we all have our own individual lives and experiences and narratives, we're not too dissimilar. We all traverse the same pathways of womanhood. And it's a beautiful space to just hear, reflect, listen, observe, be heard, witness, and be witnessed. It's the space where you immerse yourself into this community of women, which naturally helps us restore. There's something unspeakable about when women gather in whichever way they can in this modern society that truly allows us to remember, that journey of being in a circle with other women. So nurturing our female detoxification pathways and awakening our feminine energy through resourcing and embodied awareness are deeply interconnected processes that call upon us to have self-awareness, somatic understanding, and be intentional about the supportive practices that our body needs, and giving them to her from a place of love, care, and honor. As we support our body's natural processes of detoxification and begin to embrace more our feminine essence, we naturally, as women, cultivate a deeper sense of vitality, creativity, and connection to our intuition and wisdom. So if you're feeling the call to embrace all of those things, to learn more about your detoxification pathways, to embody and embrace practices that guide you into softening, relaxing, and resource, as well as the pathways of detoxification and practices that can support your body through that, whether it be through spring or a longer term plan for supporting your liver, lymph, womb, and hormones, this is the space for you. The Resource Woman Spring Cohort begins on the 16th of May. It runs for 3 weeks, 1 live session a week, plus access to our private Telegram group and the Resourced Woman online course portal, where there is an abundance of practices. All the details of how to join us will be in the show notes of this episode, so you can scroll on down, click the link and join. The investment is just £88. So what you receive for that is so rich. So, my love, that's me for today. I'm sending you so much love, and I really hope to see you inside the Resourced Woman. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you loved this musing and sharing, I would love for you to share this episode far and wide. You can arrive into all of my offerings at rebecca-wilson.com. Links to dive deeper with me are in the episode notes. Remember, my love, you are here to be the fullest, most potent, powerful, embodied version of you. I am here to guide you into that. Hey love, I'm dropping in here to welcome you to join us in our online community membership, The Village. I created this space for women to gather, to return to themselves, to deepen the connection and the relationship with self, whilst held in a community of like-minded women walking the journey and the path of their own awakening.